Hello, fellow guitar nerds. Please excuse my big red nose and sniffing and snotting because I've got a bit of a cold. So, anyway, I've had lots of cool guitars in recently to service. Some lovely tellies, big jazz guitar, mandolin, banjo, all sorts of stuff. And I've currently got this one in, which is genuinely rare and vintage and collectible in the way that all the 90s Squires on Facebook Marketplace are not. This one is a proper piece of history. Here's a look at the case it lives in. We have evidence of stainage here. Hopefully this is where beer or Jack Daniels or something was splashed across the top, because that's rock and roll. Over here, you can see a bit of fire damage. Unusual. And there's also a bit on the front here. So that tells a story, doesn't it? Over here there is a very faded Gibson logo. Let's see what we've got inside. It's the Firebird, which I think is the Firebird 5, although I don't really understand the Gibson Firebird numbers. If it's not a 5, please leave a comment below. Lovely old thing though, look at this. This is from 1972. In a lovely purple lined hard case. Mini humbuckers, vibrola, block inlays, neck binding, headstock with banjo tuners. All in all, a rather beautiful, lovely old thing. There's lots of playing wear on it. This bit's interesting. This is the raised section on the back. And it's not just the lacquer that's been worn through. Some of the wood has been worn away by somebody rocking out with a big chunky buckle on their belt. Cowboy style. Lots of other dings and scratches as well. I mean, I like that sort of thing. Guitars are supposed to be played, aren't they? On the neck, I'm not sure if there's been a bit of damage, maybe a headstock crack or something. There's a big ding here and some overspray. If it has been repaired, they've done a pretty good job, to be honest, because I can't see any massive, horrible repair evidence, but I'll investigate that much closer later on. Banjo tuners. They look super cool, but they're huge, and they contribute to the neck dive that Thunderbirds and Firebirds have. But it's history, isn't it? Gotta have them. Back around the front, like I said, we have the floppy vibrola that is standing up. 2 Firebird mini humbuckers, which are probably the most un-Gibson-y sounding pickups that Gibson ever made. They're quite single coily, I guess. They're a lot less mids and bass than the humbucker or P90. Got their own sound though, and a lot of people do like that. The pickguard, can you see how it's warped? This guitar was rescued from a house fire at some point in its history, hence the fire damage on the outside of the case, so I'm guessing this happened around the same time. I don't know any more details, unfortunately, but it sounds like it had a very lucky escape. And then, over here, we have this medal. I'll just see if I can get a close-up for you. There, I think you can see that now. It says limited edition model Gibson 317. So what this is, this guitar was made in 1972 to commemorate the Munich Olympics. I'm not sure why Gibson decided that a Firebird was the best way to commemorate that, or why they wanted to do it, but you know, Gibson, just carry on doing your thing. So there was 366 made of these, one for every day of the year, and because it was a leap year, that makes 366, and they've all got the medal with a number on it. So they're rare, genuinely rare, and old. 50-something years old, nearly as old as me. So proper vintage stuff. But it's a gorgeous thing. Look at that massive headstock. It's going to get a fair bit of work done to it. The frets are worn nearly flat, so I'm going to do a refret. Looking at the side of the neck, that's happened at least once before, as there's no more fret nibs on there, which as far as I'm concerned is a good thing. So we're going to put some new taller fret wire in, sort out some kind of custom scratch plate to replace this one. I find carving scratch plate material rather frustrating, so I'm probably going to outsource that. Fix the wobbly vibrola, flush out the electronics. There is that ding on the back of the neck there that you can kind of feel with your finger, which is going to get filled, but I'm not going to touch any of the other bits of finished patina because that's cool and it tells a story. So there you go. It's actually the second oldest Gibson that I've had around here. The oldest one was a 1968 ES330 in mint condition, which was quite a thing. But it's super cool. I love Firebirds anyway. A limited edition Firebird just makes it cooler, I think. Gonna give it a new lease of life because I don't think it's been played for a while. And then hopefully you should see it out on stage with a certain surf rock band in the near future.